When I floated my custom-built houseboat into the lake on my own ranch, I never expected it would cause such a stir with the local HOA. Within minutes of docking, a furious HOA board member stormed down the path, shrieking that I was violating community lake use rules. I calmly reminded her that the lake sat entirely on private property. Manon, therefore, had nothing to do with the HOA's jurisdiction. That didn't stop her from calling the cops. 7 minutes later, 2 patrol boats arrived, lights flashing, officers ready to deal with a disturbance. They took one look at the property deed I presented, saw the ranch boundaries clearly outlined, and realized immediately I was within every legal right. The officers apologized, even chuckled at the overreaction. Meanwhile, the HOA board member stood fuming, red-faced, trying to salvage her authority. I had to laugh. She didn't even realize she was yelling at someone who owned not just the lake, but most of the surrounding land, and I wasn't done. That evening, over a bourbon on the deck of my houseboat, I made a call to my lawyer. The next morning, we closed a deal I'd been eyeing for months, buying out the local marina that the HOA relied on for their lake access and events. It was poetic justice. It's the very people who tried to evict me from my own water now had to rent access from me if they wanted to launch their paddle boats or host their summer socials. I renamed it Freedom Marina and posted signs everywhere reminding guests to respect property rights. Unsurprisingly, the HOA went silent after that. No more threats, no more calls, just a lot of awkward silence and forced smiles at the monthly town meetings. Some of the residents even reached out privately, congratulating me for standing up to the board's overreach. One elderly neighbor brought over homemade pie as a peace offering and admitted she'd always thought the HOA had gotten too big for their britches. In the end, all I wanted was a quiet place to float and read. What I got was a front row seat to HOA Drama Hond, a marina of my own.